G'day legends, g'day superstars. Peps here with Tipped Out's round 3 tips for another cracking week of AFL football coming out late to you on Friday evening. Now, J-Dog and I both did pick the Dogs to win last night. He picked them by 5. I was going to go by a goal myself. So we're very, very happy that we have picked the game from last night. And what a cracking game of football it was. Can't ask for much more than that when it comes to the great game of AFL football. Great to see the Bulldogs get themselves another win. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be heading into a Friday night blockbuster. And it's two of the big teams in the AFL. And you know who I'm talking about. It's the Collingwood Magpies versus the Richmond Tigers, 7:50pm at the MCG in Ash Johnson. Out, Mason Cox, Reef McInnes, both been left out. Cox has been injured. In for the Tigers, Hugo Ralphsmith, Jack Ross, Judson Clark. Dusty Martin managed. Jacob Hopper injured, Jaden Shaw injured, and Nathan Broad suspended for his sling tackle on the weekend. And Jack Graham playing his 100th game. It's not 377 like yours truly for the great East Keilor Football Club, but mate, you're on your way to getting that milestone game. Look, if you spoke to me a few days ago, I would have said Richmond are a massive chance to take this one out. I think Collingwood have been playing the best football in the league. And with the outs that Richmond have, I can't go past Collingwood. And J-Dog's gone exactly the same. J-Dog's gone by 43 points. I'm actually saying it's not going to be that much. I'm going 4 goals, 24 points. But their midfield has been absolutely tearing it up. They don't rely on anybody to be the sole goal kicker. Everybody has shots. They're fast. They're furious. They're attacking. Everything that is great about our game, the Collingwood Magpies are showing that. So we're saying the Pies to take out the Friday night blockbuster. And the main reason is those players, out for Richmond. All right, heading into the Tasmanian Battle Dome. 1:45 at UTAS. The Hawthorn Hawks versus the North Melbourne Kangaroos. It is the Mitchell versus the Clarkson battle for the first time in AFL history. Harry Morrison, Jack Scrimshaw and Tyler Brockman are in for the Hawks. Will Phillips is in for North. Out. Jacob Kajicki omitted. James Blank has been written out. Lockie Bramble omitted as well too. And Sam Butler is the sub. Daniel Howe is the sub. And Jai Simpkin has also been suspended. Rightio, ladies and gentlemen. If you wrote this at the start of the year saying that these two teams will be playing a must-see game, you'd be saying, Peps, you're a bit of a fool. And you know what? In most cases, you're right. But in this particular moment in time, I think North are going to win this one and win this one quite convincingly. I could probably see a 5-goaler here, and it could be more. Hawthorn and Putrid, they are woeful. They are going through a rebuilding process. Everybody knows it right now, but they have got no chance in winning this. They're going to go 0-3. They are probably going to be finishing last and getting their dibs on Harley Reid in the draft this season. And I hope that Clarkson takes the team to win their 3rd game of the year, which will be 50% more than what they won the year before. All right. Danger game, danger game, danger game. GWS versus Carlton at 4:35pm at the GWS Showgrounds. I think that's what they call it. Giants Stadium is what it's called. Josh Kelly and Lockie Whitfield, 2 massive names in for the Giants. Out is Adam Kennedy omitted. Connor Stone has been subbed. Jacob Ware is injured. Georgie Hewitt, big in for Carlton. Out is Lockie O'Brien and Matthew Kennedy is injured. Well. Giants were very, very good the first week and very, very average last week. But I think a lot had to do with the travel and the temperature factor. The recovery 5 days after a 37-degree game is not going to do much for your health. Going back to their home Giants Stadium, they're going to have a lot more confidence. They're back at home. Carlton had a great win against the Cats last week. But that's saying I'm going for an upset. The Giants to win this one, but less than a goal. If they want to stay in finals contention, which I don't think they're going to do, but these are the games that they have to win. And more importantly, these are games that Carlton have to win if they want to make finals, because these are the ones that they did lose last year. Teams in the same sort of bracket, if not a little bit less. And they lost against that mid-tier type of team. So Carlton should win this, but I can't go past the Giants. I'm going with the Giants by 2 goals. J-Dog has said, Peps, you're a fool. Carlton by 21 points. Well, If you said that these would be the two unbeaten teams at the start of the year, you could have put anything on it and you would have paid your house off by now. You would have been Nostradamus. You would have been Baba Google. You would have been that psychic overseas who is blind but just can tell. You would have been the octopus that picks the World Cup winner every time. St Kilda versus Essendon, 7:25. Interestingly enough, at the MCG, not at Marvel Stadium, which is their home ground for these two teams. I think that's because it is the 150 game for St Kilda, and they're going to get a big crowd. All right, Jimmy Webster's in. Ben Patton omitted. Jack Steele, unfortunately, is injured. Essendon, Jake Stringer in. The Weed! Sam Wiedemann is in. Andrew Phillips out, omitted. Brandon Zerk-Thatcher injured. Matt Gwilfie, the sub, is out at this particular moment in time. St Kilda, high-pressure football, playing for the cause, playing great, awesome football at the moment against an Essendon team who are delivering in spades. I'm going to go with the Bombers to cause a semi-upset with this one and upset the 150-game celebration for the Saints. Stringer is a big in. Sam Wiedemann will be amazing up there. Langford will be offering more up forward like he did last week. It will be close, but if it is a rainy game, I'm probably seeing a tight, no more than 3-goal win to the Essendon Football Club. But this could go completely the other way. J-Gog has gone St Kilda by 32 points, but I just don't think that St Kilda are able to do it 3 weeks in a row. Look, neither of these teams will play finals. I can tell you that now. It's just early form is good form, and I think Essendon will take a lot out of their win last week against Gold Coast as well. All right. Showdown, Port versus Crows, 7:30 p.m. Our time at the Adelaide Oval. Finlayson in, that is the Jeremy type. Riley Bonner, he's in. Tom Cleary in as well. Jace Burgoyne, omitted. Mitch Georgiades, omitted. Horazio Fantasia, omitted. Ryan Burton, suspended. In for the Crows, Jordan Butts, in. Lachlan Gallant, in. Wayne Malera, in. Out, Darcy Fogarty injured. Elliot Himmelberg omitted. Harry Schoenberg injured. Patrick Parnell injured. Alrighty. Once again, I'm looking at two teams that have played okay football. But if I had to look, who's in better form from last week? Adelaide played at home, lost to Richmond. Port Adelaide played Collingwood, got smacked. But who do I trust more? And I think I'm going to go with Port Adelaide. I think it's going to be a crack of a game. Showdowns are awesome every single year. But I think Finlayson around the ball in the ruck is going to be helping out. Cleary down back is going to offer more. Port Adelaide are really struggling, I must say. And I'm saying Port Adelaide by 7 goals. J-Dog has gone with his boys by 60. All right. Heading into Sunday, April 2, Gold Coast Suns versus the Premier in the Geelong Cats, 2:10 p.m. at HBS Stadium. It's Heritage Bank Stadium for the ones who have not caught up on the snappy chats. Awaya is in. Jai Ferrara, Will Powell all in. Alex Sexton is out as the sub. Bodie Uland out omitted. Braden Fiorini omitted. Charlie Constable has also been omitted. So Stewie Dew has swung the axe a little bit there. In for the Cats, Jonathan Segler, Tom Stewart in. Cooper White, Gary Ryan managed. Reece Stanley managed. Well, I'm calling it now. Gold Coast to win. They have to win sometime or another. And if there's a good time to get them, Geelong aren't playing great footy. They lost last week against the Blues the week before. They weren't that crash hot either. And I'm just going to go Cooper White, not really worried about, but more importantly, Gary Rowan, Reece Stanley out is going to give the Suns a bit more of a spark. They need to win, otherwise their season is over. Even though I did pick them to win finals, I'm looking like a complete fool at the moment. I'm picking the Suns by a solitary point. J-Dog's gone Geelong by 24 points, but I think Ben King having another run under his belt will make it amazing for him, and I reckon he is a massive chance. Hey, Melbourne versus the Swans. We saw what happened in the finals last year. Melbourne were looking fantastic up until halfway through the third quarter, and then the Swans overran them. This is not going to happen on this weekend. It's 3:20 p.m. my time at the MCG. The D's versus the Swans. Jacob Van Rooyen makes his debut. James Jordan, Stephen May and Michael Hibbard are in at this particular moment in time. Adam Tomlinson has been omitted. Jake Melksham is the sub. James Harms, personal reasons. Max Gawn injured, and Tom McDonald has been omitted. Very interestingly enough, Lance Franklin is in, but Hayden McLean and Matt Roberts out. Wow. Tom McDonald out is probably the big one out of all of this. Jacob Van Rooyen playing his first game. Good luck, buddy. And Clayton Oliver, probably will go down as one of Melbourne's best ever players if he continues his career the way it is rolling out right now. The D's very, very disappointing, except for the last 12 minutes against the game at Brisbane, but don't read anything into that. The week before, they were amazing against the Western Bulldogs. Swans have had 2 soft kills against the Hawks and also Gold Coast. And because of those 2 soft wins, I'm going with the D's. I think D's they were really embarrassed last week after what happened against Brisbane Lions, and they won't let that happen again. They will adjust to Gore not being there. Jacob Van Rooyen is going to offer them a forward option. It is going to be an absolutely cracking game. It'll almost be the game of the weekend, I reckon. But I'm going with the D's to win by 3 goals. J-Dog is going by Sydney by 35. He might not be invited back onto the show if that happens, or I just might not turn up if the D's get spanked. And you know what? If there's a game to finish off the weekend, it's got to be the derby. Not the derby, the derby as we say over here in the eastern states. Fremantle West Coast, 5:20 p.m. Optus Stadium, my time in Victoria. Nathan O'Driscoll in, Bailey Banfield out, and Will Brodie out for the Dockers. Elijah Hewitt is out. No other changes at this particular moment in time. I'm picking West Coast. I don't trust Fremantle at all. Their forward line is tripe. They're not playing good football. Jai Sarong is going to be out for quite a while with some medical issues. And I'm going with the Eagles. I thought they looked really sharp against a pretty poor GWS circumstances looking into it. But I thought Waterman up forward was great. They were getting a lot more ball movement, moving it fast. And even having Jaden Hunt working the ball a hell of a lot as well too made a massive change to them. Fremantle, if they don't win, they are going to be the second finalist who is not going to make it this year, starting with a 0-3, and it's going to make it very difficult to get back. So I'm going with the Eagles in the barest of margins by 1 point. J-Dog, he has decided to go by Fremantle by 2 points, but it's going to be a great way to have your roast dinner watching a showdown in Perth, known as a derby, where 2 teams are going to belt the living suitcases out of each other. Well, there you go. That is tipped out for round 3. Great games all across the weekend. What I'm going to get you to do is tune in Tuesday night, 8 p.m. on our Facebook page to see Lace Out. Be part of the show, because remember, it's how you want your footy. J-Dog will be there. I'll be there. Tipped Out will be back, hopefully not earlier next week. And most important,